coal-fired plant from being built. It is absolutely inexplicable that at a time when people are rallying all over the world to try to keep, create a new trajectory to protect the globe of 350 parts per million of CO2, that anyone anywhere would be thinking about building a new coal-fired plant in the States here. I mean, we're already at 390 parts per million. And unfortunately, the U.S.'s position in Copenhagen is to look towards 450, which is wrong, wrong, wrong. And if we don't address this on the local level, then all over the world, we're sending a message that Ohio's going backwards. What kind of credibility do we have in Copenhagen if you can get a major state pushing forward with a coal-fired plant, worse yet, in the name of public power? As the person who was responsible for saving the municipal electric system in Cleveland more than 30 years ago, I can tell you that it's more than disappointing that the city of Cleveland would in any way be entering into a contract for coal-fired power. And yet, and with all of the different technologies that have come online since the idea of building this plant was presented years ago, we have just a few days to try to convince Ample Ohio to take a new direction. And all of these financial interests that are at stake here are aligned against the interest of the health of our people and the health of the planet. And so I felt it was important enough to come here this morning to support the efforts of Greenpeace and all the other groups that are working on this, to let you know that I'm not just concerned, but that I'm lending my voice to support these efforts so that we can try to not just get a reconsideration, but try to get Ample Ohio to understand the urgency of taking a new direction. So thank you, and are there any questions at all? Thank you. Any questions at all?
Mr. Kucinich, would you like to come speak at the upcoming Power Shift Ohio Summit in Oberlin? I'd be glad to give you a keynote speech.
I did get a written invitation to that. I would ask you to be in touch with Amy in my office. The House of Representatives may be in session at that time.
Sure.
But you know, it's infuriating when you consider that in the name of public power, they're going to build a new coal-fired plant.
Absolutely.
If you go along I-70, there's signs that say clean coal, green coal. What? The greenwashing of coal is one of the big environmental frauds. It's one of the reasons why I voted against that misnamed ACES bill, because it's going to push back by 20 years our efforts to try to lower CO2 emissions. We're losing 20 years. We can only hope that that Congress has to start over, or that when we go to Copenhagen, with the administration will recognize the importance of going to Copenhagen with a much stronger hand than Congress is giving. For the United States to either ask to protect the status quo while the ice sheet in Greenland is melting, for the United States to ask to protect the status quo while sea levels are rising and affecting island communities around the world, for the U.S. to talk about protecting the status quo while we're starting to see various species become extinct is just not acceptable. And any of you who are participating in the 350 campaign over the last week, thank you, and I'm endorsing that as well. So I look forward, hopefully I can make it to Oberlin. But this is something worth organizing over and fighting for, and to try to force a new direction. It's mind-boggling to think that we actually could be talking about, we're trying to stop a coal-fired plant here in Ohio while we got a delegation preparing to go to Copenhagen. What are they thinking? Where are they at? What planet do they live on?
I hope you urge the Vice President to come to Copenhagen.
I'll be talking to him a little bit later about this. You bet. Yeah. Thanks.